What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video on Zero Pro series, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Pro Charts. To get to Pro Charts, that is the fourth option on the quick access group, and it'll bring up this little window here. Let's maximize this. On the right side of the charts we have obviously the normal Windows actions: close, maximize, minimize, and then on the left of those we have linking. That little upside down triangle is to link your windows. So for example, you can link this chart to your level 2 watch list and all. On the left side of linking is your settings. We will go to settings later down the line, but before that we are going to go and explain about the shortcuts we have on the top. So let's maximize it first. Alright, that's well maximized, and we have all the shortcuts here that we're going to discuss before we go into the settings. Now before I do that, I want to make sure that I bring up a ticker so you can click anywhere on the chart and start writing. Let's say for example SPY. There we go. SPY's chart is active. It loaded up my my indicators. I'm gonna get rid of those indicators, guys. I will put those indicators back in, and this is the default chart that will come up when you open up the ticker. Before we do anything, let's go into the shortcuts here. We've got VWAP. Just in case if you wanted VWAP, I keep it on VWAP all. That's the green line here, and if you don't want it, you can keep it on none. There we go. All session is pre-market and post-market ticked, unticked. As you can see, if you tick this, it's going to show up post-market and pre-market as well. And then on the right side of all sessions we have indicators. It's a big topic, guys. We can go through these a little bit later on. And then drawing, all the drawing tools are available over here at the shortcut. And then we have our time frame shortcuts: 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 60 daily, things like that. So let's keep it on 5. On the right side we've got zoom out, zoom in. Okay, now you can do the same thing with your mouse wheel. Roll it forward to zoom in, roll it backwards to zoom out. If you right click anywhere on the charts, you will get these options. The first 3 is basically I keep it on select mode because you know, I could just select something. If there is an indicator, I can select that and get rid of it. And then for example, this I don't like last close to be on the chart. I can just select that, click it, and delete it. There you go, it's gone. Right, so that's your select mode. Panning mode is something like if you hold on to the charts and you can just move it around, pan it. That is what it does. But I don't like to use that at all. For that panning I have different method which I'll go through in a minute. But also crosshair, basically crosshair always on mode over here. I always select mode because if I need to use crosshair, I can just click and hold, and that way I can get more detail as well on the info window there. Zoom in, zoom out is there as well. Same shortcuts that you saw here, most of them you will find here, guys. As you can see, zoom in, zoom out, VWAP is there, all sessions and intervals as well right here, and then we have drawing tools as well as here. How do we change the style of our charts, the color layout of the chart? So right over here, profiles, dark gray will be something like this, and then we have light gray, we have our light blue, okay, so I'm gonna keep it on black, guys. That's what I'm used to. There are a few shortcuts I found which is quite handy. For example, if you hold on to control and then a mouse wheel, that will drag the chart itself left to right instead of using a panning mode. So that's what I found quite handy. If I were to go back to previous days, I could do that. Right, holding control, that does that. There is a shortcut to change the time frames quickly with your keyboard. So for example, at the moment we are on 5 minutes. If I put 1M and enter, that's going to bring me my 1 minute. As you can see, SPY 1 minute. I can change that to 10M. that should bring me to our SPY 10 minutes chart. So it's quite handy to have that if you use the keyboards a lot, especially when your charts are minimized like this, like that. You probably won't have a lot of options there when you need to change the time frames. Now let's go ahead and carry on with our settings. Change the settings of the chart. For us to do that, we're going to go to this little sprocket here on the right side, top right. Now, first thing first, what I do is I will go to the ticker symbol here under chart objects. The only thing you can change here is the chart style. I like to keep it on candle wick colored, but you can keep it on a normal candle or line, something like that, or you can keep it to a traditional bar. So once that is changed, what I will do is I will go to the charts, and then we're going to go through these options we can change. Right. Under the charts, pretty much everything you need to change, it will be available here. So we're going to go through one by one quickly. Use chart default. I'm going to keep it on false. Now, if I don't keep it on false, guys, any changes I make will not be affected, because it's going to keep on sticking with the default chart. So any changes I make will not take effect. So let's keep it on false to make sure that our changes are active. So show last value is that green line here. So if we can also turn that off, as you can see, it's gone. So hit tolerance, I really don't know. If somebody knows about this, guys, please let me know in the comments below. I just keep it on normal default 3. Bar margin to the right is the space that you have on the right side. Let's change it to, let's say, 15. So that's bringing more space for us. Say, for example, you work around a lot to the right side, you take a lot of notes and things like that. You can give it more margin by increasing that number there. For example, 30. It's huge margin there to play around and work around with. But again, I will keep it to, let's say, 5. I'm perfectly fine with that. So next, histogram use thin lines. I will keep it on false, but if you want to use true, that is going to make it very, very tiny. The bottom volume or any histogram you have at the bottom will be very, very thinned out. But at the moment, false is fine because it's in line with the candle size itself. Show values in titles. I do keep it to false. It gets rid of the values here. For example, you might have indicators or things like that. It will get rid of the things because it gets too overcomplicated and too overcrowded as well on the top. Scroll bar mode is basically this scroll bar at the bottom. Change it to false. That's gone, completely done. If you need more screen space, you can get rid of that and use control mouse wheel to actually pan the chart left to right. Okay, let's keep it to true at the moment. Time axis on 2 lines. Now this one I keep it to false because what it shows is showing the date and the time on top. Well, I know pretty much which date I'm trading, especially on my intraday charts. So for that purpose, I'm going to keep it to off. I'm going to keep those tone lines to be false so that I only see the time on that the time scale. This is just to save some space. Now show grid lines, this is definitely gonna go because I like it like that. I hope one day they're gonna changing it into horizontal or vertical options as well, but at the moment we don't. We either have the grid on or not at all. There we go. Show pre-post market sessions. We could have changed it from here as well, but you can change it from here. As you can see, false. Yep, that gets rid of the pre-post market, but I will keep that. Title values will candle color is to false. I don't really care about this. You can put it to true. What this will do is whatever the candle is happening at the moment is going to show the title being red because the candle itself is red. So it's going to basically represent what the candle is doing. But I'll keep it to normal, which means I'll keep it to false. Show stock logo. You can keep this on, off. For example, SPY, that spider logo there. You can keep it to off if you don't like the distraction. And also, if you do keep it, you can actually make the logos bigger or smaller. I'll keep it as it is. Refresh delay is I kept it this way, guys. When you change the charts or things like that, I think when you change the ticker, it's about half a second or so. So we can keep it to, for example, 10, and then we can try to change it to, let's say, Apple. You see, it's very, very quick now. So by doing that, that also means that you're going to use up a little bit more resources. So if your PC doesn't have huge memory and processing power, then I will keep it a little bit on the higher side. So refresh delay, I don't mind to have 50. I'll keep it there. Show trace style, wherever you entered, the chart will show ticks only, ticks and arrows, ticks, arrows, and text. You can have more details as well on that. So it depends, but I kept it on ticks only. That's all I need to see. And I kept the show trace tick size as large, and you can play around with it. And trades tick icon will be colored on top of the candle. So you just have to play around with it. Basically what these two options do is, if I take a short, for example, it will put a upside down triangle here wherever I took a short as red, and then whenever I take a long, it will be, I believe it will be a green. So it's to paint your trades and your exits. So that's the option for that. You can play around with it. Show in position. Now I don't like this. So what it does is, when you're trading, let's say you're trading in this candle here, that candle and after that candle, as long as you're in that trade, will be shaded like that. So it can be a bit distracting because I'm used to shaded area being a pre and post market, but this one will shade the normal hours as well when you're trading. I don't know why we need that, but some people can benefit from it. But I'll keep it on false. Show orders. Yes, if you want to keep your orders, for example, your stop loss and also your TP, you can keep it to true. I will keep it for the moment to true. Show current price is, you see this line here, that line there. I find this line to be a bit distracting because it's very thick and it's just always moving around, and it's very bright. You can't change the color of it. You can't change any, as far as I know, you can't do anything with it unless you actually turn off show current price. There you go, it's all gone. You don't need, I don't think you need that because you're already having that price on the right side anyways. So I'll get rid of that. Countdown location. So basically what you get here under the price is a countdown to when that candle is gonna finish. Right? It's a really good tool to have. I really like it, but I like to keep it quite simple. The second option that shows like this, and it's going to be a little bit easier in the eyes. For example, if we go to, let's say, 3 minutes, as you can see, in 15 seconds, that 3-minute bar or candle is gonna close. So it's a good option to have. And we can wait on that another 5 seconds. You will see that the candle is gonna close. Let's wait. There you go, it's closed. Now you can keep countdown location as I've kept it on price access, but you can keep it on title bar right here. It's gonna come up here, as you can see, right? Candle closes on 2-3. Some people like it there, but I like to keep it here, so I'll keep it on show on price access. So you can also put do not show. Show high low prices. So basically what it does is whatever you see the high and the low of that chart is going to be shown something like that. It's good to have that. I will keep it. It doesn't distract me or anything. At the moment it's okay, but if you don't want that, you can get rid of it. As you can see, chart high low is gone. Right? I'll keep it active. Max orders to render 250, that's fine. I don't need to worry about it too much. 250 works fine for me. If your computer is very slow, then you can keep it to lower number. If your computer can handle, then you can keep it to more as well if you need more data on the charts. And then show P&L on price action amount. I don't like to have my PNL as an amount or anything. I'll keep it to none. So that is my chart settings completely done from top to bottom. You don't need to, once you're changing the, obviously you might have noticed as well, when I'm changing anything, when I click anywhere else, it will change straight away, real time, where we don't need to apply or save settings. It will save it as you change along. So that's pretty much it for the chart settings, and the volume as well, whether you want to active or not the volume, you can untick that, it will get rid of it. And also if you click on the volume itself, you can change the colors of the volume. I like to keep it the way it is. I don't want to change anything on that. But you can also change it to a solid color. For example, if you go here, color volume based on the candles is true. If you put it to false, it's going to activate the red one, only the solid colors. As you can see, only red colors. Some people like to do that. I really don't mind, but I'm used to this, so I'm not going to change anything on that. And that's pretty much it. You can also change the styles of the volume as well. Play around with it. Typical changes you can make to a volume. That is pretty much it for the chart setting, guys. I'm happy with it. Looks good, very clean. Now we're going to start to add indicators. The indicators that I use on these charts, and pretty much on every single intraday chart, is some EMAs, exponential moving average, and also VWAP. So I'm going to straight away go into VWAP right here on the top left, or if you don't want to use this, you can right click and you go to VWAP here. I'm going to use VWAP all, and I really couldn't figure out what the difference between VWAP and VWAP all is. Sometimes what I found is if I put VWAP, it's a bit different, like it's very close to the candles, which I don't know why it does that, but that's why I kept it on VWAP all. Double click on the indicators and it will go straight to the indicators option. So the changes you can make on VWAP is here, or most of the indicators will be here. You can get rid of, let's say you don't want the VWAP to be shown here because it's conflicting with the price. Right, there we go, got rid of it. That's how I will keep it. So I will keep show access indicator unticked, and then I'll change the color for the VWAP to, normally I keep it to gray, something like that. That's my VWAP. That's the settings for the VWAP all done. And now we're going to go into another indicator, which will be EMA. So we are looking for moving average based indicators, and we are going to go for moving average exponential. Right, there you go. It's already plotted the default moving average exponential. Double click on that, and I'm going to get, first of all, I'm going to get rid of this show axis indicator. I don't want too much going on there on the right side on the price axis. What I want is the color should be, I keep it normally on orange. So this has changed now. I want to change the setting for the period as well, which will be 20. I like to keep 20 EMA. That's perfect, looks good. Usually I will keep the pan style to dashed for the 20 EMA, but I think there's not much of a difference between dash and the solid in this platform. I'll try the dash. I'll keep the dash on, and that's done with the 20 EMA. Okay, next indicator, same thing. We go to moving average based, and we're gonna go and click on moving average exponential. Another got plotted. Double click to change the next one. What I want to do on this one is 50 or 200 EMA. 200 EMA done. Color change to, I like to keep 200 as blue. Perfect. And I don't need access indicator. I'm gonna get rid of that. Done. Perfect. My indicators are set. I don't use too many indicators, as you can see. 20 EMA, 200 EMA, and VWAP. Just quickly, guys, to give you an idea of what these EMA do, look at this. Like, you know, barely touches the EMA, bounce, barely touches the 20 EMA, bounce, bounce, bounce again, right? comes back down, and fades off of it. So they are quite important for me. Price tends to respect it more than any other indicators. So definitely keep an eye. Play around with 20 EMA and 200 EMA, guys. You will love it. Trust me. And also, as you can see, 20 EMA bounce, sorry, 200 EMA bounce, comes back again. Look at that, right, literally to the tick, and then off it goes. Right over here, a little bit of a choppy price action, but once it comes back again, still EMA 200 is holding nicely. So that's why I keep it. There's your live example on why I keep my 20 EMA and 200 EMA. That's pretty much it for the indicators. Looks great to me, this chart, and I am perfectly fine with that. Now, unfortunately, I can't change that in this platform. It's very, very unusual that I can't change it as a template. But what you can do is you can change the indicator sets so that it loads up with any time you load up a chart. So right click, and then we are going to go to indicators and indicator sets, and then you save the current set. So I want to save the current set as my MAs. I want to get rid of the indicators. Let's get rid of that now. Let's try this out. Right? Okay, no indicators on the charts. I want to bring up my indicator set that I saved earlier. So if you go to apply, you can go whatever you've saved up here. So my EMAs earlier, we saved that. Click on that, brings the indicators back. Things that I didn't go in detail is indicators, which is a very, very vast subject, guys. I wouldn't go into that. The indicators that I want on my chart, I have done it, but the rest I leave it up to you guys. Play around with whatever you like, and there are indicators for pretty much everyone there, right? So that is pretty much it. Hope I covered everything, and if I have missed anything, guys, please let me know in the comments below. Until then, take it easy, stay safe. Ciao. I will see you in the next video, guys.